Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Creepshow from 1982. It's directed by George A. Romero and stars Hal Holbrook and Adriana Barbeau. Ah yes, this film is one of the best examples of the anthology film, a film comprised of smaller vignettes tied together by a framing story. The framing story being that all the vignettes exist as stories in an EC Comics-inspired comic book called Creepshow. The framing story, more specifically, is about a young boy is caught with the Creepshow comic by his father who believes horror comics to be, quote, crap, and throws it away. But worry not, the boy gets his revenge, eventually. The vignettes are 5 in number, which sounds like a lot for a 2-hour film, but they all get just enough time, no more and no less than what they need to be told to perfection. This is a beautiful collaboration between Stephen King and George A. Romero that was inspired by the EC Comics of old. EC Comics, if you didn't know, was a comic label that specialized in Creepshow-esque comics like Vault of Horror and Tales from the Crypt. That's right, it existed before it was a TV show in a different form. My uncle, once removed, was a huge fan of Stephen King, and he actually owned a copy of the comic book version of this film, which I always thought was cool as fuck. Oh, and if you pay close attention to the framing story we were talking about earlier, you'll notice the father is played by Tom Atkins of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch fame, and yes, I say that unironically, so fuck you, but more importantly, the role of the son is being played by Joe Hill. Which might not initially send up any flags because he's trying to get through life without coasting on his father's name, I imagine, because Joe Hill is better known as the son of Stephen King. You know, the same one that wrote the earlier film The Black Phone that we already talked about. He plays a little shit of a kid, that's for sure. My favorite vignette has never changed from the first time I saw this film to this, the upteenth time I've seen it. I love the crate Something Fierce, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's a creature feature at heart, as its monster was given the set nickname Fluffy during filming. It's starring Hal Holbrook, rest in peace, and Adriana Barbeau certainly doesn't hurt matters in making it my favorite vignette. Although a close second is the lonesome death of Jordy Verrill because of its sense of humor and starring the man himself, Stephen King. I'm going to give Creepshow a straight A, and tomorrow is the sequel, Creepshow 2. Will it be better or much, much worse? Find out tomorrow. See y'all then.